What's up, guys? Legend here with another Legend Speaks. Today we're going to be talking about Struggling Battle, and really we're going to be talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh community as a whole. And I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this video, but I feel like something needs to be said, so I guess some no-time YouTuber should be the one to say it, because everyone else has too much to lose. So, this card in particular has been causing a lot of controversy in the community, and just, I'm gonna read you the card. At the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, make your opponent banish cards they control face down, their choice, so that they control the same number of cards as you. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. Okay. So, pretty powerful. No one's arguing that it's not powerful. And basically what it does is, if you control no cards, and your opponent, your opponent, I don't know, they make a big first turn board, and they go to end their turn, and because they have to go through their battle phase, and their main phase too. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if you could play this first turn if they don't enter their battle phase. Which, maybe you have to enter your battle phase. Either way, what people have been doing is, they let their opponent make this big first turn board. They'll play this on their battle phase before they play anything else. And then make their opponent banish all their cards except one, because this counts as a card you control. So your opponent would have to banish every card they control except one. So people are calling this card broken and saying this card's stupid and it's gonna break Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm quitting because this card's stupid and I think it's too broken and blah blah blah. Okay. What this card does in actuality is makes it to where you have to play more cautiously. You can't just make this unbreakable first turn board bullshit that we've been seeing constantly. Okay, this card, in my opinion, is completely fair, and if anything, makes the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole more fair. Because, I mean, have you been watching the World Qualifiers? I mean, it basically, most of the time it boils down to whoever goes first makes the biggest board and they win. This card would stop that kind of shit. So, I think the card's fair, some people don't. That's really up to your interpretation of the card, and at the end of the day, up to Senpai Konami to make their decision on if they want to ban this card, if they think this card's going to break the format, whatever. The point of this video, in the whole scheme of things, is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community as a whole is too fragile. The community is the most, like, overreacty community I've ever been a part of. I've played Pokemon, I've played Magic, hell, I play Force of Will. No community is like this. Like, every time something comes to change, or a new card comes out that looks pretty powerful, or just everyone throws their arms up and says, oh, fuck this, I'm quitting, Yu-Gi-Oh's broken, this is gonna ruin the game. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, but, like, I have to say something. Grow up. Like, people overreact so hardcore in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, and I don't get it. Like, even when, okay, again, I've played Magic the Gathering. I still do. I'm not into it as much as Yu-Gi-Oh! But even in the Eldrazi format of Standard, where it was pretty much dominated by one big deck, people weren't quitting, they weren't throwing their arms up. They're like, okay, well, yeah, this isn't the best, but we can still try rogue deck. You know, every once in a while, people would try and make a big push with another rogue deck or something. You know, and I found it funny that for them, that was like a one thing, you know, like, oh, Eldrazi, this is huge, there's never been this non-diverse a format, and it's like, in Yu-Gi-Oh! That happens all the time. There are 3 to 6 month stints where one deck will be just god tier unstoppable, And, you know, that doesn't really happen in Magic that often. I know there was a Felidar Sovereign, Felidar Guardian combo a while back, but on the whole, it happens a lot more in Yu-Gi-Oh! But at the same time, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community is super frail and just super, they overreact way too much. You know, fucking, it's been happening for years and years. When Synchros came out, people were up in arms and screaming about the sky falling and shit. XYZs came out, same fucking thing. Pendulums came out. Jesus Christ, the outroar when Pendulums came out about how this wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, and this game is terrible, and oh, I can't believe how far, you know, this game has fallen, and now with Link Summoning coming out, people are fucking just flipping shit, you know, like, Konami is trying to keep this game interesting, and changing things, so that it doesn't become, again, Magic is fun, but it's, at the end of the day, it's boring. There's not a lot of nuance to it. Not a lot changes. We're in Yu-Gi-Oh! Every new 3 or 4 years, we have a new mechanic, a new card type. You know, we're lucky in that respect that our game is constantly evolving and changing and shifting to keep things interesting. People just overreact and don't like change. That's the main thing. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Community doesn't like change. And anytime there's a relatively big change in the community, they freak out. And a bunch of people just, you know, either some people will semi-quit where they'll, oh, I'm not gonna play, but they'll keep all their shit and wait for the backlash to die down. Like, wait for everyone to stop being so mad about it, and then they'll join back in. So, I don't get it. I don't understand how the community can be so frail and so fragile with their thinking, and just so unequivocally unable to adapt to change. Because for a game that changes as much as Yu-Gi-Oh!, you would think the community would be adaptable. They would be able to form and change themselves to change with the game, but on the whole, most of the community just throws a fit for the first couple of months, and then everything dies back down, and then the next new thing will come up, and then they'll throw a fit, and die back down, and it's just this Ouroboros of a cycle that never fucking ends. And this is just the next peg in that evolution, struggling battle. This is just the next little piece that people freak out about, and I personally think this is going to help balance the game a little bit. I think it's going to be super fucking expensive when it comes out over here. I personally will start to run this in every deck that I play, because, again, it will make going first riskier. It'll make putting all your resources into your first turn riskier. People won't do it as often. It'll slow the format down. It'll mean that you're going to have to think a lot more about what you're doing. You can't just fucking rush into something and you know, guns a-blazing, balls to the wall, fucking, oh, my entire deck's on the field, do something, and you pass, and then your opponent fucking wipes your field. Also, it has a built-in safety net. If your opponent's going first, they don't enter their battle phase. So, you would have to activate this on your turn. So, when your turn comes around, you fucking enter your battle phase with nothing on your board, and then as you go to end it, you drop this, and then you make your opponent banish everything except one card they control. That inherently stops you from having a battle phase this turn. Which means if your opponent's smart, and they don't commit every resource they have to the board first turn, they'll still be able to rebound. This will make it effectively make games longer. It'll make it to where this first or second turn bullshit we have going on right now stops. I feel like this is the most fair card that we've seen in a while, and I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. But watching the World Championship qualifiers this year, just, I'm disgusted. Really, I'm disgusted at the lack of diversity, and just the whole turn one unbeatable board bullshit we have going on right now, to where basically if you go first, with the hand that you need, which the decks are all pretty much G decks, so they always get what they need, you win. It's basically whoever goes first wins. Something like this would stop that shit. You know, but that's my opinion. I'd like to hear what you have to think about this card and about the community in general. Comment down below, please. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.